How many nickels in a dollar?
12.
What state is Utah in?
Canada.
What is the biggest star in our solar system?
I'm not an astrology person.
Just best guess.
Next question.
Best guess.
Best guess. Give us what you got.
I don't know any stars, man. The North Star?
Well, who has the answer to the largest star in our solar system? There you go. Okay. Dumbing down America. It's happening in classrooms throughout the country. Some schools are deliberately lowering the level of difficulty. Now, Emily Ann was a middle and high school teacher who is now a leader in education as founder and CEO of A for Arizona. She helped create in her state what critics call the warm body law. What you're talking about is putting people in the teacher role that don't have the traditional training and conditions, but this is on a short-term basis, correct?
Well, it's molding excellent teachers that are coming in with different backgrounds, different expertise, because we kept hearing from innovative principals and superintendents on the ground that they wanted to train their own teachers because they already were having to. And they weren't receiving quality candidates. And so they said, let us hire subject matter experts. Let us develop training programs that at the end of the program, they have to show that they could get outcomes with kids in order to earn that state-issued certification. Because the traditional teacher prep programs were just not getting the job done. So we wanted to empower principals. If you want to jump in and grow your own high-quality teacher pipeline, why would we want to get in your way?
Okay, and that sounds great in theory. Is that how it's working out? I don't know, I'm asking, because I haven't seen the numbers on that.
The school systems who have taken advantage of this new law are really raising the bar on quality. They've found folks leaving entities like IBM and Raytheon, high caliber career folks who are looking for that second path, and they're giving them the skills to be successful in the classroom.
You think it's unfair to have anyone with minimal training to be allowed to come into a classroom?
Well,
you did the work, now they're going to come in and do your job.
Exactly. But part of it is when they come in, and if they're just, just a person that's coming in not credentialed, they don't have the structure and stuff in the back. They don't know how to make differentiation tweaks to a curriculum. They're basically reading out of the book. You need to be able to have the freedom to change things and do things to meet your students' needs, because what's going to work for one student is not going to work for the other. But you don't have that unless you've been taught, and you don't have that for the experience. You need to have the strategies behind that. And if you haven't been, if you haven't gone through the system, if you haven't, learned, then it's not something that you're necessarily going to pick up either. You have to be taught some of these skills.
You think it's working?
We're not just dropping them in the classroom. They have mentor teachers, they have coaches, they have additional training. You don't just sort of say it's day one, off you go, right? It's rigorous. And at the end, you have to show that you're growing students. That's a higher bar than a lot of folks who just have to show that they mastered the content in a textbook, but not necessarily that they can deliver it for kids.
Not every state is doing that, though. Some of them are just dropping people in because there's a shortage. I mean, they drop the standards to substitute teaching. Just to be a substitute teacher, you have to just basically be enrolled into college. Necessarily, you don't even need to have a teaching or going towards teaching.
But I guess the question is, if it's nobody being there or somebody there in those states that you're talking about, if there's a huge shortage, I don't know what the alternative is. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.